It is 18 days till the man bands, and today we're talking about portaloo etiquette. I've always found portaloos and public toilets a little bit strange because it feels like when some people use them, they kind of just throw all etiquette out the window. You know, all those things that I'm assuming, do at home to make sure their toilet stays nice. You know, they just forget all that. And, you know, it's weird because, you know, they're public toilets or portaloos, you share them with so many people. You think it would be the perfect situation to kind of leave it in a nice state. So yeah, I figured I would make a video on some etiquette and some tips on kind of how to keep portaloos nice so it's not just a nightmare for everyone. So first up, lifting the seat. If you're not going to park your tushy on the seat, then there is a chance that you will miss your target. So a nice way to make sure that the seat stays nice and clean for anyone that does want to sit down is just to lift it up before you go. I know that probably for a lot of people you kind of don't really want to touch the seat. I totally understand. I would also be apprehensive about touching a portaloo seat. But, you know, you could use wipes or toilet paper or something as a protective guard for your hands. Ton of hand sanitizer afterwards to clean them off. But in theory, if everyone was lifting the seats, if they weren't going to sit down, then the seats wouldn't be that gross and it wouldn't be quite as terrifying to touch them. I know that for some of you, you're just going to be nope, I am not touching a portaloo seat. So if you are going to try and just shoot for the target and hit, and you miss, you end up sprinkling a bit, then, you know, wipe up after yourself so the next person that comes in there doesn't end up accidentally sitting in your pee. I'm sure everyone has had that moment where they've sat on a toilet seat and it's been wet and you just think, oh no, what have I sat in? What have I done? Why didn't I look before I sat down? So it is a good idea to kind of check the toilet seat before you sit down, make sure it's not a danger zone. But if you do kind of make a mess on the seat, then, you know, clean it up after yourself so the next person has a nice dry seat. Shutting the lid is a great way to reduce the odours in the portaloos. You know, it's similar to a kitchen bin. You know, you have a lid on a kitchen bin because otherwise the fumes just kind of drift out through the air and make everything smell bad. And so, you know, when you put the lid on, it kind of traps those smells. It's the same with portaloos. You know, if you put the lid down, it's going to trap all of those smells down there. So when someone goes in there, they're not just going to be hit by a wall of smell. They get that when they open the lid. Make sure you follow the rules about what can go down the portaloos. So it's the 3 P's, pee, puke and poop, and single ply toilet paper. If you put anything else down there, it's incredibly difficult for them to actually clean out the portaloos. Jams up the pumps, and in some cases it means they're just not going to be able to clean that portaloo, or, you know, it's going to be really difficult for them to clean it. It's just going to take them longer to be able to clean the portaloos. So anything that doesn't either come out of your body or is single ply toilet paper should not be going down the portaloos. You need to bring a Ziploc bag or something and put all of that stuff in the Ziploc bag, take it with you, throw it away in your camp bin. No, don't put it down the portaloos. Sometimes things end up in the portaloos because, you know, they just kind of get dropped down there. They weren't kind of secure to your body enough and they just kind of fall down there. You know, while you're using the portaloo, make sure that, you know, anything that is not super well attached to you is not going to end up falling down the hole. I'm sure that no one wants to have to try and retrieve something from down a portaloo. And, you know, if it stays down there, then again, it's blocking up the cleaning equipment. It's making the portaloos very difficult to clean. And also you might just be a bit sad because, you know, you just lost your thing down the portaloo. Also keep an eye on your clothes. I mean, it would be bizarre for your clothes to end up down the portaloo, but, you know, sometimes you go into a portaloo and it's a bit like the floor is lava and the walls are lava and everything's lava and you don't want to touch anything, and you also don't want your clothes to touch anything. And it can be super inconvenient if, you know, you're wearing a onesie or something, or some kind of outfit that is gonna hang down while you're doing your business. You know, it might just be hanging directly in a pee puddle or worse. And then, you know, you come out the portaloo and go to put the top half of your onesie on and, you know, it's just wet. With the portaloo doors, there's kind of this weird thing where if people want to test if someone's in the portaloo, they'll really aggressively pull on the door. I have never come across a portaloo door in my life that needs that much aggression to open it. If you're not sure if someone's in there, maybe the green-red thing is not working, you're not quite sure, you know, give it a gentle pull, maybe shout through the door or knock or something. Don't use enough force to just rip the lock off the door. It can make you a little bit nervous doing your business if you are halfway through and someone tries to rip the door off its hinges. Before I did this video, I was looking up portaloo etiquette to see if there was any other amazing portaloo etiquette. And one of the tips was don't dawdle. Who's dawdling in a portaloo? Who's just hanging out in there? It said you know, some people just go in there to have a bit of quiet time or do their makeup or, you know, relax and have a cigarette. I can think of a million other places I would rather do that than inside a portaloo. You know, if that's you, if you like to dawdle in the portaloos, and there's a huge queue outside, then, you know, try and like just do your business and come back out again. Maybe don't like do your makeup or smoke a cigarette in there. Save that for like the quieter portaloos. Don't try and jump the line. I know that sometimes you get to the portaloos and they're really busy and you're just like absolutely busting. But, you know, don't try and just jump the line. Like, ask people, let them know, like, you know, please can I go before you? I'm like absolutely busting. Do the pee dance while you're like asking them. And, you know, chances are anyone that is not like absolutely desperate is probably going to let you go before them. Okay, these next two are not specifically about portaloos. It's more about just like going to the toilet at Burning Man. You cannot pee on the ground at Burning Man. You can get a huge fine for doing that. And, you know, aside from the fact that you're going to get a huge fine for doing it, it's really just kind of not a very nice thing to do. Like, it's just going to leave like slushy pee puddles around, and no one wants to accidentally step in a slushy pee puddle. If you're a guy and you can see yourself being in that kind of situation where you need to go and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to go to the portaloos, you know, bring a bottle along, bring something along that you can pee into so that you are not peeing on the ground. And if you are a lady, bring along a pee funnel, because then you can use a bottle as well. Also, pee funnels are super handy for doing like standing up peeing in the portaloos if you know, don't want to be sitting down doing them. But make sure you get it in advance so you can like have a practice with it first, because they take a little bit of kind of getting the hang of. Okay, so back to portaloos. Any portaloo that you use, just try and leave it either like as clean as it was before you went in there, or, you know, if you're feeling nice, then try and leave it like a bit nicer than when you entered there. You know, think of it as a gift for the person that is like coming in after you. It's kind of nice to walk into a portaloo where everything is not just disgusting. So I hope this is helpful, guys. I hope that your portaloo experiences are pleasant. I hope none of you open a portaloo door to a nightmare that haunts your dreams. And if any of the rest of you have any like tips, advice, tricks, etiquette, anything like that for using portaloos, then let us know in the comments. And if you see me at Burning Man this year, feel free to come and say hi to me. Bye, guys.